And now, Hoboken St. Patty's Day 2015. And your host, Paul Siegel. Paul?
Thank you for that ravishing introduction. This is my associate, Jonathan Keslow. John, how you doing?
I'm good, Paul. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
All right.
Good to see you doing well, John.
Yeah.
So, just a little housekeeping before we get into the prop bets and pants messing awards. We're going to be heading to Rain this year after the pregame.
Was that something else last year?
Last year was Boa.
And what was it before that?
It was Lana.
Nice.
So we've gone there a couple times. It's the biggest place. Seems like a good venue. Everyone seems to have a good time here. Or there.
What time should we get here, Paul?
So we're going to start at the 1203 Washington, aka the Lion's Den, at 10 a.m. And we'll be departing around 1 o'clock. So, bring some alcohol, bring some fun, and bring some green. So, without further ado, let's move on.
Let's do it.
So, the first prop bet we have is a throw-up prop bet. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of people that throw up. But we've compiled a list of 5 excellent contenders that we think have a good shot. The first person on this list doesn't necessarily live in Hoboken, but they might as well because they're at Green Rock 4 days a week. That's Olivia. She's usually staying at Pacey's house or somewhere else in Hoboken. And we're going to have her at 9-1. Moving on, one of my good friends from home, Mark Christensen. He doesn't always throw up. Sometimes he just ends up passing out with his hands over his head with his face in a pillow. He's going to go off at 7-1. The next person is is a fan favorite, let's be honest. Last year after Hoboken St. Patrick's Day, somehow he ended up on a train to Washington, D.C. Somehow he got off the train, was then rerouted to Long Island, but got off at the wrong stop. He then ended up having to take an hour-long cab to McKeeb's Bar. During that cab ride, he did throw up. So, this person, if you don't know him, John Moisen, he's going to go off at 3-1. And I know you guys are saying, how could he not be the favorite? But we have the next 2 people, they're almost a guarantee. They're a lock. The first person, an Irishman himself, coming down from Boston, originally from Rockaway, Ryan Flanagan. Every time he comes, he just overdoes it a little too much. He gets a little excited to see me, I think, and he's going to go off at even. Last person on the throw-up prop bet list, someone that comes here every year. Once again, she always talks about how much she loves New Jersey and how she wants to move here, but just never pulls the trigger, except in the bathroom last year where I believe she did throw up. That would be Steph Taliana. Moving on from the throw-up bets. The next one is public makeout. Usually this ends up happening at the bar. A couple years ago, it even happened at 11 a.m. here, so you never know. But public makeout. One of the people that's recording this video, we actually have 2. The first person, least likely on the public makeout list, is Chong. Obviously the guy drinks a ton, but he doesn't always publicly make out. Many times he brings it back to the privacy of his own room. Next person on this list, another person that usually just comes out once a year for Hoboken St. Patty's Day. Don't see her that much anymore, but I'd say this is a good shot. If Sarah Parker. Next on this list, the other person taking the video, he also lives in 1203 Washington Street, but in the downstairs apartment. They're obviously not having a party because they're about to get kicked out of their apartment if they have another one. That would be B. Ross. He's going off at 5-1. Fourth on the list, coming down from Boston as well. I go on a lot of vacations with this guy, see him a lot. This guy does a fair amount of publicly making out. That's Mike Taxer. So congratulations to you. He's going off at 3-1. Another Hoboken resident. She's been here for a few years. One of my very, very good friends. Amy Drinkwater. She's usually at Green Rock. Very good chance she is publicly making out with someone that day. She's going to go off at 2-1. So she's got pretty good odds. You know, bet $2 or bet $1, you win one back or two back. So last on this list is we've never actually had something like this happen. We have someone that's actually worse than even odds. So we really think, you know, if you're going to take this person, you know, you should get a heavy return if they don't end up publicly making out. She recently, over the last 8 months or so, moved to Jersey City, but she's pretty much always in Hoboken. And that's going to be Mia. And she's actually at 1-5. So if you bet 5, you only get one back. I mean, it's a pretty good lock, but we'll move on. Enough said. So this is one that got brought in, I believe, from Jake, a Snapchat award.
21st century category.
It's more of, you know, the 21st century category with all social media, which we love. It's going to be, the over-under on 6 Snapchats?
Number of Snapchats.
Just the number of Snapchats, so
whoever
Snapchats the most. So, another recent Hoboken native, we have Lauren Kogendorfer, who's been here for a few months. She's always Snapchatting. So, you know, we feel that, you know, she's got a good shot. She's at 6-1. Next person on this list, sometimes I see Snapchats from this guy that you don't want to see. You know what I mean?
I do.
This is a good dear friend of ours, hailing from Queens. We have Frank Giappone. So second to last on this list, another person that I met in the last year or so, but really good friends with all the Hoboken girls and Hofstra girls. She can pretty much be found at Green Rock almost every night as well. And
it's a running theme with this Green Rock place.
I know, it's a Green Rock place. You know, I never heard of it, but apparently it's good. So she's going to go off at 2-1. She's used most of her Snapchats are at Green Rock.
What's her name again?
That's going to be LB. So she's going to go off at 2-1.
All right. I guess it's to me now, huh?
No, yeah, we got one more on here.
Oh,
you want
yeah.
to introduce the last person?
What was this? Oh, yeah. So this person literally sends the worst and most amount of Snapchats. I think everybody's been seeing them recently from Hofstra, and that's Sal. Sal sends the worst.
Apparently this guy's going to be a cop, so...
It's even worse for
You can just let anyone be a cop nowadays, you know what I mean?
Sal's going off at even odds.
So John, you going to do this category?
You can't write, so I guess
No.
I have to do it since
No,
you write like a
well.
3-year-old. Alright, so our next category is the first person kicked out of the bar.
Just kick that in general.
Yeah, I mean, if this was at Tally Ho, it's obviously going to be me. But let's go from the bottom to the top, and right in the bottom, Kelly. Kelly's going in at 13-1. So let me write this down. Alright. Following Kelly, another girl who actually could be first on this list depending on how drunk she gets, and that's going to be Tiff. Tiff's coming in at 7-1.
She seems like she's pretty excited to get out of the whole law school thing for the weekend and come down for Hoboken St. Patrick's Day. So, you never know.
Our next one, crowd favorite, but his odds have changed recently due to the fact that he has not one, but 2 children, and that's J-Top, Make Your Body Rock, Josh Toperoff. He's coming in at 6-1. I think if you give him 3 alcoholic beverages now, he'll black out, so...
Unfortunately, there's not a punching machine at Rain like there was at, where's it, Dizzy's?
Yeah.
So he was the best punching machine player I've ever seen.
Alright, now this person we all know, everybody's friends with, but if you give him a Long Island iced tea and rev him up a little bit, he could go out of control. Coming in at 4-1, JD.
Long Island JD.
Alright, and the person most likely to get kicked out of the bar, especially when he drinks his 3 beers, Kevin Malbeck.
That's his limit. Paul, who are you wearing? You look great.
All right, Paul. I think we're on to the most coveted award.
I think so.
You know, there's the Lombardi Trophy, There's the Stanley Cup. There's the Larry O'Brien Trophy for basketball, in case some of you didn't know. And you know what? We have the first annual Patrick Pants Messing Byrne Bowl. That's right. That's what the trophy's called for the honorary Patrick Byrne. Paul, please take it away.
So, as usual, this is the most coveted piece of the award ceremony. And honestly, you should be very proud if you did make this list, whether you have or have not messed your pants in the past. So, let's start this out. We had to put someone on this list because of the name of the award. And we're going to put Ashley on that list, and that's because it's Pat's girlfriend. She doesn't have a very good shot at messing her pants. A lot of times she might wake up and she's a little wet, not for herself, but she's going to go off at 25-1. Sorry, Ashley. Next on this list, we have someone that's, another fairly new person to the Hoboken area, originally from Maryland, along with Keslow. We have Tess Birch. So, congrats to you as well. You're going off at 19-1. It's not really likely, but as I said, you never know. Next person on this list. So we also have a theme. We're going to have two couples on this pants messing list.
Just runs in the family.
So she's going to be getting married in August. I'm proud that I'm going to say I'm going to be in that wedding. We have Schmoopy, a.k.a. Lauren Schweizer. She's going off at 17-1. She was on this list last year. Unfortunately, she did not mess her pants, but we're going to give her another shot. Next on the list, do you want to talk about this guy? I think this is someone you might want to talk about.
The guy with the bagels?
Yeah.
We're talking about
We're talking
J-Rock?
about the guy with the bagels.
All right, so J-Rock every year always comes in, always brings bagels for the boys. And you know what? We felt, J-Rock, give you the honor this year of hopefully messing your pants. J-Rock coming in at a solid 11-1.
11-1 for J-Rock. Next person on this list, I met a couple of years ago through one of my friends. This guy goes out. I see him sometimes in Hoboken randomly. Sometimes we'll talk. But I wasn't sure that he's going to come. And this person, not sure if he's really a pants messer or not, but he does like to go out and drink. That's Alex Bass. He's going off at 10-1.
Starting to heat up over here, Paul.
Yeah, it is heating up. So we're getting towards the favorites. Like, these are the guys that you might want to put your money on. And we're going to go down this list. The sixth person on here, he hasn't really been much of a pants messer lately. College really, he somehow matured after college, unfortunately. I lived with the guy for 3 years there. That's Jake Zelnick. He's going to go off at 9-1. And if anyone I want to mess their pants this day, it's Jake. So next on the list, another person that lives in Hoboken, another Green Rock attendee.
It's weird. I gotta find out about this
going.
place.
The theme keeps going, and she's actually the highest rated girl to mess her pants. So the most likely for any girl that's going to be coming to mess her pants, and that's Jill Decker. And I wouldn't imagine that anyone would be surprised that she's most likely to do that.
That is true.
So
That's true.
Yeah. So moving on, this guy, I'm not sure if he's as much of a pants messer as he used to be. He had a rough 20th birthday about 5 years ago.
Still the most legendary story.
It was pretty legendary. We're going to leave that up to your imaginations. But Billy Bowerman, he's also coming in from Queens, so he's smart. He's going to come in at 3-1. So these next two guys are...
This is a competition. I'm not going to lie to you. This is Mayweather Pacquiao.
Yeah.
This is Ali Frazier. This is Siegel Kessler.
So these guys are they're impressive species. Could have gone either way. One of them did mess their pants last year. I'm not going to mention which one. But the second to last person on this list, going to be John Morello.
There he is, J-Mo.
Get money.
Another Hofstra degenerate. Worked with Keslow for a while. We all love him when he comes around. And
that's even money right there,
that's
by
even.
the way.
Even.
It's going to go either way.
And you know what? I'm going to let you take over the last person.
So, it really wasn't even a question. I think from the Yankee game on, if you were there, and a lot of you were, the last person going off at 1-2 the legend himself, the messer of his own pants, Patrick Byrne. Patrick Byrne, this award is going to go to you.
And, you know, Pat, we enjoy your company. But, you know, it's just a simple, sheer fact that, you know, you have to be on this list.
And it doesn't matter what the event is. Pat will still piss himself.
Could be a kid's birthday party.
He just enjoys to drink and not pee in a toilet. Well, I think that covers it for today.
So yeah, so that's the end for today. We're glad that you guys have come and watched, and hope you guys all enjoy Hoboken St. Patrick's Day.
Good night and good luck. Did die.